Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. Only one intro today, not two like yesterday, but it's finally here, guys. Thunderstruck, the release of Black Friday. It's finally the day. We're getting all the Thunderstruck cards in packs, the icons, the Flash SBCs, those player SBCs like Cruyff, Bukayo Saka that we've seen leaked and await eagerly in this game. Today is finally the day. Today can be really summarized with two words: content overload. It's going to be from an early start today, players in packs, SBCs dropping, and then every single hour after that for like all day, honestly. It's just going to be content after content after. It's going to be crazy. So we're going to do our best to break it down. The market's going to be moving mad. The market's already moving mad. Some player prices going up. We were able to make some coins yesterday on some of these cards that are not in packs, and it might even bring more profits today, but also other cards are going to be going down. So there's so much to discuss, but I've got some tips to help you get through it. If you're excited for Black Friday today, guys, drop a thumbs up on the video and subscribe if you're new. And let's get into everything, because yesterday, of course, we got to at least quickly cover the brand new season that was dropped, Winter Champions. And as I'm looking through these rewards, I'm a little underwhelmed in one specific category, the packs. There's so many player picks. There are some nice players in here. This Acuna looks pretty sick, right? With some other commutable players. There's not as many packs in terms of players. If we're getting all these big SBCs, this is one of the things I mentioned I wanted to see. 80 times 10s, 82 times 10s, 83 10s. We have to get all the way to level 31 before we get past all these player picks, which, don't get me wrong, player picks are great. These are going to be some pretty crazy ones, but that only gives you one player. I was hoping for more players to help us craft these big SBCs that are going to be coming out. But we do have the Winter Champions cards in here, like the GOOOOO, which, to be honest, I don't think I'm going to take that card based on how Manchester City have been playing. But, I mean, if you want that GOOOOO card, you can absolutely go ahead and do it. Of course, as you get to the end of the season, you do get some bigger packs that we love to see, as I can get all the way back there again to level 35, get an 87 times 5 and 86 5, and then you have Konate at level 35. It looks unbelievable. There's already the jokes, and I mean, to be honest, with the way Liverpool are looking, by the time we are able to get this card, which should probably be in 2 weeks if you grind all the SP, shouldn't take that long, because this is only a 27-day season, although it is 35 levels. Couple of weeks, maybe 20 days until we can get there. This card's going to be in basically everybody's team. It looks really, really good, and of course has the potential to go up to a +2. So I think this season overall is good. There's a lot of great stuff inside of it, but I don't think the strong point of the season is necessarily the packs that you get, except for the chance at big players in those player picks. Now let's talk about the One Nation stuff. GG's if you invested in any Argentinian cards. You saw a couple of my transfer list. Those went up a lot because of this, and of course everybody's off and racing and running to try to get as much SP as they possibly can. So there's some win 3 matches, win 5. You can do this in the One Nation friendly mode, and then of course just using an Argentinian player in squad battles, champs, or rivals, just having one in the team. Pretty easy to get done, and a lot of SP here for that as well. Also, the carryover SP from the objective, the head start, if you guys claim that carried some stuff forward. And I actually, a little bit of a hack, if you still have these FC Pro coaching master class, this stuff here, I still had the Tex and the Levy available, so I just played a couple squad battles games and got an extra 1,000 SP, so I'm already up to level 5. That was something that I had strategically planned. I thought I was going to use it last season, and I didn't, so we used it here instead. Anyway, the biggest thing other than that with the objectives and with kind of this season is mode mastery for sure, right? Of course, we see the rewards now out for these, and I haven't talked about these with you guys yet on a video. First thing I want to mention is I love that the mode mastery players give a +2 to league chemistry links. That's kind of like the squad foundations players. That's phenomenal. Now, of course, some of these cards are in those packs, right? Some of these are Champs Mastery, Rivals Mastery, and Squad Battles cards that are in these Mastery packs, and others are ones that are in rewards, like the GOOOOO and the Ansu Fati and the Raspadori. Those are ones that you can actually turn into tokens for. But as I look at these cards, first of all, this is a huge W idea. It's, I would say, on par with icon swaps, but in some ways a little bit better, because let's say you open one of those Champions Mastery packs from Weekend League and you get this card. I don't think I'm going to want to turn him in for anything. I'm going to want to keep that card. So it feels like you're playing Weekend League and you have a chance at packing specific promo cards that are only specific to Weekend League, which is kind of cool. So this Tuta card, McAllister, Olga Carmona look really great as well. And then after you get down from there, sure, a lot more of them look like fodder. Same thing with the Rivals cards and same thing with the Squad Battles cards. But I love that. You're playing the game to potentially get players that could be really sick. And at the very least, you're going to be getting some of these fodder cards that if they're not emotional for you and play for a favorite club of yours and maybe look evolvable, then you put them into the Mastery SBCs where you trade them in just like an icon swaps of old. This mode mastery menu in the SBCs. Now, here's how I'm looking at this. There are so many combinations for this mode mastery, but I think especially when you look at the packs, you got to take into consideration the timing that we are in right now. How many tokens can you really get in this next week? Well, you've got one set of squad battle rewards, one set of rivals, and one set of champs, which, I don't know, maybe you could get like 6 or 7 or 8 out of that at the very most. But most of us are probably getting like 3 or 4, right? Depending on how much you grind the game. I mean, an 83 times 30 with all that's going to be in packs, that's an option. You can do this twice as well. That's something to consider. If you want to go for the packs, there's not going to be a better time to open packs than this next week for what's going to be in packs until, I don't even say winter wildcards, maybe even after that, like Team of the Year with stuff re-released and what is in packs. So I think the pack stuff, especially under 5, 6, 7 tokens, is definitely a look. Like if you can get an 85 times 20 this week during the Thunderstruck promo with the icons and packs, I think that's worth thinking about. Now, I know a lot of people as well are looking towards the top of this. The mode mastery icon pick, I think that the Carlos Alberto for 14 tokens here is a really good option. Rodrigo for 18, of course. So look at this card. 5-star skills, 4-star weak foot, insane in game. His gold card was so meta, is still meta, I guess, to some extent. I just don't know with the lack of playstyles that I would be able to or willing to go after this card. Now, he is one of the first players with 2. He has a roll plus in every single. Wow, that's crazy. And he has 2 roll plus pluses. That's insane to look at that page there. This is a card that would still be meta enough for sure as you get towards Team of the Year. So if that's a card you want to go for, then absolutely go and do it. But personally, I think I'm going to try to get a pack this week. Hopefully the 85 times 20. And then after that, maybe I'll try to aim to get like the Carlos Alberto. Maybe I'll go for one of the icon picks. We'll have to see. Again, there are 28 possible tokens, but it's going to be very hard to obtain them all. Like I'm saying, like if you're only going to get 28 tokens, if you're somebody who's maxing out in squad battles, rivals, and champs, going 15 wins or 13 wins in champs every single week. So for a lot of us, we can't plan on 28. I think realistically, somewhere between 15 to 20. And then, you know, that might include some of the paid ones that they release in the store packs towards the very end. But regardless, I think this idea with all the cards that are here is really, really sick. And it's just we're gonna have to figure it out as we go kind of thing as we start to obtain these cards from rewards, which technically will start today on Friday as Foot Champs opens up and as we had the first opportunity to get those rewards from packs. Watch something be messed up with those, by the way. That'd be not a very big surprise to me. It's only 5 weeks long as well. That is one thing to kind of mention. These all go away with the new season as this season is out for 37 days. So it's kind of a short period, which is nice. And I think you have to think about that as well when you go to choose, like, do you want this Fati? Do you want that Rodrigo? Or even the Raspadori from Squad Battles? You kind of have to look at that card and say, is that a card that I'm going to be willing to have and chase, even if it's early January by the time that I can get it? That sort of thing. So let's go to Evolutions because there was great content here. Guys, did EA just listen to what we mentioned last week? I was hoping to see Flash Evos, and that's what we freaking got, man. These are unbelievable. These are so good. I love the idea behind these. You can put one player into all 3 of these and get a single +1 because I love that it only boosts the overall 1 for each level. That's the best part about this. You can do it that way, or you can evolve 3 separate players or do a combination of both. And the players that fit this, because the max overall rating is 86 for all of them, are crazy. I think this was probably the biggest W content of yesterday, in my opinion, because the Evos that are going bananas on this game right now are insane. Look at this Nico Williams, one of the most meta gold cards from the start of the year in this game. He's already 5-star, 4-star. You take his shooting from 75 to 85. You take his passing from 78 to 86. You give him a couple more playstyles, and you're looking at yourself a card that is absolutely unbelievable. And there's obviously, it makes sense right now that he's extinct at 15,000 coins, but he's not the only one. You got guys like Cristiano Ronaldo, you boosting him up in pace in the Speed Burst Evo, taking him from 77 to 87 pace with the Power Shot Plus. Guys, you know what's even crazy about this? So many people are doing this Ronaldo. Yes, of course, he's extinct on the market. You're going to have to try to pack. Well, you can't even pack him. Wow, that's crazy because he has the promo card in packs. Dang. Anyways, so many people are going ahead and doing that actually Saudi League links exploded. That's a good place to probably watch on the market today as people are doing that evolution, and probably for some of the other Evos as well. I like this Sissoko in pitch vision. And the one that literally just blew my mind, because I have this card, is Adeyemi. I don't think I'm going to do the speed burst for him because that doesn't make sense. He's already at 98 pace, but I can make my Adeyemi go from 80 shooting to 86 and 77 passing to 86. He's in my main team. Unbelievable card. This card is going to be absolutely busted. So love that one. Rafa Leao's another one, of course. His gold card is up big time. I think he was like 120K. Now he's 200,000 coins. I believe this is the first Evo that he fits this year. You can either give him a shooting boost or you can give him a passing boost. I don't think you can give him both because he's too high rated, but you can take your choice there on a Rafa Leao. This Evo is insane, man. I love the high rated. I love that you can put them together. The one thing to really point out is some players, like you already saw with the Adeyemi, you can put him into all three, but he doesn't really get much of a boost if you put him into this Evo, right? Like Adeyemi, there's no point in putting him into Speed Burst. I mean, he already has Rapid and Quick Step Plus, and his pace is above this, so it literally does not give him an upgrade. That's the thing to look at when you're looking through these chains, but honestly, unbelievable. This is insane for Evos, and it's only going to get more insane today, guys, because we're going to have more Evos. So the one thing I would tell you, though, if you can't decide, it's always good to wait with evolutions, right? It's always good to wait. Give it a couple days. Wait for more Evos to be dropped. There's going to be more today. Going to be more this weekend. Maybe there's some even crazier chains that start to happen with these and with the new ones that come out. So if you're like me and you still can't decide, even though that Adeyemi looks crazy for me, just wait a little bit because it could get even crazier. Now, let's talk about, actually really quick, one last evolution. This leads us into talking about the heroes from yesterday. There is a prime hero. They upgraded the heroes, right? From the base origin version up to the primes. These are coming in packs Saturday. Tomorrow on this game, these hero cards will be in packs. That's going to be a whole nother realm of the market we're going to have to watch out for. But you know what I'm really disappointed in? My boy Tim Howard. It's not looking good for goalkeeper Evos, guys, because Tim Howard is not eligible in this Evo, and he is a Ultimate Team Prime Hero because he got upgraded, as did all the cards did yesterday. Again, that's really frustrating because I wish we'd be able to put him into this Evo. But that's the Tim Howard upgrade that we got. My Con got upgraded, Hazard, all these cards, of course. I didn't look specifically at all the upgrades and see if they got like Playstyle Plus changes or anything like that. Looks like Hazard is still technical, which I think is the same. I'd have to double check on that. We have to go to Footbin and probably run through those. But, I mean, to be honest, these cards coming into packs on Saturday is going to be a huge deal. We'll talk about that a lot more then. This for free is cool. It's nothing super crazy. But, of course, if you have those heroes from the beginning of the game with the pre-order, then you got those boosts. Now let's talk about SBCs, because yesterday, really, SBCs, man, I said the Evos was the best part of content. I think I lied. SBCs were the best part because of one specific pack. But Casemiro, this is a decent one. I mean, this is one that I think it's mid enough for me to not be like, oh yeah, I got to do that I want to put it on the back burner just because there's so much more coming during Black Friday and during this weekend. But holding plus, center half plus, he's got all the CDM rolls in a plus. He's got even some as a center mid. Long ball pass, meta playstyle, 4-star weak foot. And of course, he has decent stats. I think a lot of people are zoning in on that 81 stamina and saying, is this card worth the cost of 253,000 coins? Or is it just more nostalgia and vibes that is putting people onto this SBC? That might be it. Still, he's going to be a very good card. Long ball pass plus, he's got intercept. He has press proven. Not a lot of CDMs have that, or very many of them have it. And his stats look good. Passing looks good. Pace, he definitely needs a shadow, but the defending, the physical, maybe this is a player that for you replaces Thuram, or maybe a Sissoko. If you're tired of using them and you want to craft somebody with all the packs that are going to be out, this could be an SBC that you craft. And again, the price, 253K, I think a lot of people don't like it. I think it's a little more expensive than they would have liked for the upgrade on the card and the stats that the card has. If he had Relentless, it would definitely be better for that stamina. But with this SBC, which this I think does take the cake as the best content that we had yesterday, the 82 times 14. I can't even get to it because I have a bunch of packs saved up, but I did all three, and I'm excited to open them today once everything comes into packs. But the 82 times 14, guys, it's an 83 squad and an inform. I know I mentioned the 83 times 10 they dropped last year. Personally, I think this is just as good. I mean, I'm going to have to open them and find out. I'm sure there's a lot of 82s and 83s in this, but that's okay. Like, you can open one of these, rinse it straight back into another one, because most likely with all the Team of the Week cards in packs, like I said, I haven't opened one, but I got to think that the chances of you packing a Team of the Week card are pretty high. So you can do 3 of these per day, which is an absolute insane dub. And what that really does, guys, is it makes fodder achievable. It gives us a menu grind and a craft where if you have enough players to build out one of those 82 times 14s, now you can put half of the pack back into the SBC, get it in form, finish that SBC out and keep ripping it 3 times a day. And then the higher rateds that you get from it, which I would imagine walkouts are going to be pretty common, at least the gold 86, at least the gold 85 out of an 82 times 14, I would hope. Again, I haven't opened one yet. Maybe you guys down below in the comments can let me know if you've opened them. I'm saving all my packs for today. But that's going to give you at least a really good chance at some higher rated fodder, which is going to make any SBC that's out, or especially the ones that are going to be dropped, the Cruyff, all those cards, craftable. It's going to make fodder achievable again, and we absolutely love that. So, huge fan of the 82 times 14. Can't wait to rip all of those every single day. Now, the other SBCs that I need to point out are the daily bronze, silver, and gold. Trust me, favorite these, and don't forget to do them every single day, because these will help your club immensely. Do the golds first. Do the bronzes first, do the silvers, and then rinse it into the gold, because you need the bronze and the silvers in the gold. But these common players are going to be incredible for helping you build upgrade packs, maybe some player picks if we get those today as well. And of course, it'll give you chances at maybe even a silver card. It's the small stuff, right? If you're wanting to Evo a silver, maybe there's a 6 silver card that comes out via Evo this weekend, or an Evo that helps us boost silver cards up to meta levels. This pack is going to give you the opportunity to do that. It's out for 22 days. Really easy to get all 3 of these done 3 times a day. Make sure you do it, especially if we get a league SBC again, which, remember, with the last World Tour Tel card being French, maybe we're getting a Italian or an Argentinian card at some point in this season. That's going to make the next league SBC really, really easy to complete as well. We didn't have any flash SBCs yesterday. All we had was a pre-Black Friday challenge, again, for a Prime Gold Players Pack, but it's out for a couple days. Today, the madness is going to start with the SBCs. Now, let's talk about the best of re-release a little bit. Of course, a lot of these cards are tanking in value as you'd expect, but I want to look at this Hansen card really quick. This is the whole best of campaigns, which it did include a couple more cards than that we showed yesterday from the price range updates list. So a couple more cards than what we were expecting. It's very top heavy with a lot of big cards, right? You got Holland, you got VVD, you got Hansen, Bonmati, some big ones in there. The Messi, the Sun, Rafael Leao's re-released back in packs. If you pack him, probably don't do the Evo. But here's what I want to show you with these, right? Of course, Hansen dropped. She went from basically 3 million coins, 2.6, 2.7. She went down to 2.1. But not a lot of people were opening packs yesterday, right? She rebounded all the way back to 2.5, 2.6 where she is now. This card's really going to drop today. And all of these cards, because people are going to finally start opening packs today, are really going to take a hit in price. So that is one thing to closely watch out for. If you still have any of these, yeah, sure, they're down. They're going to drop more. But I will tell you this, every single year, these cards, especially the most top tier meta ones, let's use Teo Hernandez as an example from Track Stars, right? This is still, I don't know if we're getting another left back today that's going to be super crazy, but this is still the best or top 2 left back in the game. He gets packed today. He drops into the content time. There will be a point where he hits a low and then goes back up, because people are going to be opening packs today. They're going to be getting coins from those packs. And as we're going to talk about related to the market, some of those prices are going to fly. So that's one thing I want to mention with these cards is, even though they're in packs, if there's one that you really want for your team, if you watch the market closely, especially around content, maybe the hour after, I do believe some of them will be low around then and then rise up later. But you wouldn't want to hold those packs for long, or hold those players for long, because of the packs that are going to be in the store and the constant supply that's going to be rolling throughout today, into the weekend, into the week. But today's the biggest day of it, right? Of course, the 10 coin pack is going to be refreshing. Got to rip mine. we rip this every day, of course. That'll be back today. But the store, guys, I mean, it looks like it's been crazy over the past 2 days. We haven't seen anything yet. There's going to be disgusting amounts of packs in here today. One thing I do want to mention, the player picks that I've opened every time they've been out, these 55K fast track player picks. I'm not going to open them right now because, again, I want to wait until the Thunderstrucks are out. But if these get dropped again, I will be on these because these have hit really, really good. I'm not going to recommend any other store packs, but these player picks have been really good. It's still a gamble, and it's 55K, so you know, that is a decent chunk of coins depending on your budget. But that's what I got Adiemi from Diaby. You guys know, right? We posted about it on the second channel. We've talked about it. So again, we're not going with any points today. I would challenge you to do the same thing as well, if possible, because it feels way better, man. I don't need to yap about that. But in the store today, there's going to be a disgusting amount of packs. There haven't been any lightning rounds this year except for these. There's going to be a lot of lightning rounds today, and that is going to impact the market, and it's going to start impacting the market from an early time point, because let's get started with what's happening today. Transition out of yesterday into today. Guys, the promo starts today early. As you see here on the menus, look out for Thunderstruck players launching in packs Friday, November 29th, 2 p.m. So 4 hours before the normal content drop. All of these are coming into packs. This is the official squad of Thunderstruck players with their official stats as well. This Rashford card looks unbelievable. 95 pace, 91 shooting, 91 dribble. Like, that looks like a team of the year card almost. Mbappe with 99 pace. Kevin De Bruyne has 96 passing, 90 shooting, and 90 dribbling. Saliba looks really good too. Gyökeres looks crazy. Olise and Koundé look awesome too. And then these lower tier cards, just a quick shout. Does anybody remember the signature signings promo in FIFA 22, I think it was? Because this kind of reminds me, I know that the cards are black usually around Black Friday every single year, but there was an evolution or an SBC that came out where you could like upgrade the player and to a higher level, like straight off the bat. And that's one thing that we've seen in previous years, and maybe they do it with an Evo this year. Just watch out for that. Imagine like you can upgrade this 85 Ryerson to an 86 and still keep him a Thunderstruck card with a live and upgrading, you know, to come with how Dortmund play. Like, there could be some crazy movements with those cards. But these cards come into packs early today, and the Black Friday promo, everything is going to start early today. That's how it is every single year. With these cards coming in packs early, that's going to get everybody to start opening their packs early, and it's going to bring in a whole lot of supply. We see this every single year. The lightning rounds are going to start early as well. These are not the official stats for the icons, but they will be dropped in packs early today too, and their prices will be going crazy. At least I think. I don't think EA staggered the icons, and I think they all released at the same time. I could be wrong, and maybe the icons drop at 6 p.m. like normal content time, but I think it all drops at the same time. Anyways, these cards and these cards are going to have insane price swings today. If you can time it right, there's going to be lightning rounds before content, lightning rounds after content, but so many people open their packs, and then after that, get into SBCs and get onto the market to buy players with their coins that they get from the rewards they save, the store packs they open, and stuff like that. It's going to be unbelievable market swings today on these new cards. So if you time it right, I think a couple hours after content, these cards would be flying. Again, there's always, you never know with EA. But if you want to buy any of these to trade with today or to like try out in your team as you play Foot Champs, I would recommend looking at their prices around the content time or like an hour after, because after that, they could be zooming. So that's one thing I did want to mention there with all of these getting re-released in packs today. Now, also at, 9 a.m. my time, 2 p.m. UK, I think we're going to get our first SBC as well, and it could be Saka, because last year early, we had the De Jong SBC, and it was a banger. So Saka, Barella, Payeur, any of those Thunderstruck players, I think maybe it was even Dalglish released early last year too. So we have the Desai, we have the there's so many player SBCs. I would imagine we at least get 2 or 3 of them today. And I do believe Saka would be one of those that would drop today, because that's a big name player. He might be the first one. So watch out for that. These are predicted stats for his cards. Still really curious to see how he's going to look. This is the official card for Johan Cruyff. He does have Tiki Taka Plus. He's got 86 pace, 87 shooting. We looked at these stats before. The price for this one's the key. It's the key 100%. If it's overvalued because the card stats looks a little lower than I think a lot of us would like it to be, then I think it could be seen as an L. But again, it's Cruyff, and you know he's going to be good. This is something I'm super interested in because the opportunity to play with Cruyff, especially this stage of the game for a long time with a card that would be usable for a long time, even though the stats maybe don't look as crazy as some of the cards that are in packs right now, he would be so good. So we're really looking at the price today on that one. And then, of course, we have other leaks, like we mentioned, the Desai. Those are the official stats for him. That's an anchor type of center back that you could put in your team and rock with for a long time. He could be coming today. Raul could be coming today. Of course, we have the Payor and the Barella, like I mentioned. So those could be dropping at any point today in any sort of order. If the ones, whatever's not dropped today, will probably drop over the rest of the weekend, over the next couple of days. But I'm going to have to guess. I think Saka and I think Cruyff are going to be today. And then also at some point, we're going to get a flashback Elsha. These are his official stats, 5-star skills. Trickster Plus. That's going to be a very fun card. I bet it's going to be cheap like Alan St. Maximin was last year. But again, I think Alan St. Maximin was out for either like 12 hours or for 24 hours. It was not a very long time. But I think he was the SBC that most people walked away from the promo last year looking at and were like, yeah, that was the fun one. So watch out for this L shot today. Also watch out for Serie A links. Some of the Serie A links, especially for stuff that is not in packs. Like DeMarco, I think, is one of the most popular cards people are looking into to invest in this L shot. He's not up that much. He could go a lot higher. I mean, he was like 80,000, 90,000 coins. He's now like 100K. I'm not saying to invest in him because today's going to be a madness. It's going to be prices everywhere. But that's something to kind of consider there. Those SBCs are going to start early and they're going to continue happening. They're going to be often. Now, also, at the content drop today, I'm not just expecting player SBCs. I'm expecting like other upgrade pack SBCs too, like content dropping early, 4 hours earlier than normal, but then every single hour after that, flash SBCs, upgrade packs. Like I think last year on the actual release date of Black Friday, we had the 83 times 10, but we also got an 85 times 2 and an 84 times 2. There's going to be more upgrade packs dropped today on the game as well. Maybe like an 86 double this year. Who knows, right? Maybe they make the pack bigger. Maybe it's an 84 times 5. All those sorts of things. We're going to get more upgrade packs today, more flash SBCs. Again, it's going to be content overload, and there's going to be stuff coming out every hour. But I think the biggest times to remember are going to be 4 hours before the normal content drop, whatever time that is for you, and the actual content drop, because those should be the two biggest times where we have big drops of SBCs for players and for upgrade packs. So that's one thing to mention for sure. Now, as we're talking about all these SBCs, let's just dive into fodder. Talk about the fodder market for a bit. 83s are still 1,000. Love that. I need to stock some in my club for sure and put some on my transfer list even after I open packs today, because there's going to be so many upgrade packs that I want to get done. The 83 triples, the 82 times 14s. I think I'm going to need 83s and 4s for that. So I'm going to probably stock some of those. And yeah, guys, for fodder, it's going to get supplied today. Think about it, right? Right away, we're going to have people opening their saved up packs and opening store packs early and then dropping to the content drop. We may not have the Cruyff yet. We maybe just have a Saka. So potentially there would not be as much price moving on fodder upwards. It might actually be going down, because if there's supply, but there's no player SBCs yet, or there's not as many player SBCs, you could have another window of opportunity to get in on higher rated fodder, which if you take a look at 89s again right now, they're still about 21K. They dipped a little bit yesterday with the Rivals rewards, but they did kind of, see go up here a little bit again with yesterday's content. You could have a situation like that again today where you have packs early, you have a drop, and then later in the evening, once we start to get SBCs, if they're really good, like if the Cruyff comes out and he's hitting, if it's Desai, he's hitting, or Raul, you could see a bit of a rise. But really what it might be is over the weekend, prices on fodder don't move a whole lot. They just maybe start to inch up. But I think next week, if you invested in fodder, we're looking for next week when all the saved up packs and the store packs and the lightning rounds start to slow down. But the SBCs that people want to do and the SBCs that people want to craft, especially with the 8214 and all the upgrade packs still here, people are going to be going and buying fodder and doing a lot of SBCs. So that's what I think we're waiting for the fodder rise. I think today could bring another opportunity to get in, but once those SBCs start to come out and there's demand, and once people open their packs today, you're going to have a lot of people starting to do SBCs, so I think that could actually raise the fodder prices. So that's kind of my expectation on fodder. We'll watch it very closely. And if you're really into trying to grind the market, we say this every single promo Friday, but it's going to be especially true today. If you want to grind the market today, there's going to be bids galore on fodder. You'll be eating is the best way to say it. Like Rodri, I don't think Rodri has a promo card. They didn't re-release his Centurions in packs, so his gold is going to be in packs. De Bruyne's going to be out. Kane is out. So watch those 90 rated cards for sure. Sam Kerr, I think, is still in, so she might become the cheapest 90 today. But anything that is in packs, if we talk about this on the market for a second, anything that is in packs as a gold card is probably gonna take some heat. It's going to get supplied a lot today. That's the big thing you got to know is cards that are falling behind the power curve. I mean, I wish Gold Sun was in packs because I just would be really curious to see how much this card, he's 70K, which is crazy because this card is out. I still think this card could drop today. Like, we're getting an Isak in the promo team, correct? What was Isak's stats? Where is Isak? I could have swore there was a leaked Isak card. Dang, that's crazy. Maybe he is coming. I don't see him in here. I'm really interested because there was a leaked Isak before, and I was really wondering if he had Finesse Plus, what that would do to a guy like Sun, but I don't see that card leaked. That's really interesting. Anyways, a card like this is falling behind the curve so fast. So whether it actually happens this weekend where people start to replace him, even though he's out of packs and like not getting supplied, I still think he could start to drop, or maybe that'll happen like later next week and stuff like that. But you don't want to be a card in packs today. I mean, it's going to be rough, especially if it's a lower rated gold card. Or one of the informs that was re-released. It's going to be rough out there. It's going to be crazy. Prices are going to be moving all the time. It's going to be fluctuating too. Like when cards maybe go up a little bit because, oh man, like there wasn't that great of a lightning round, or it's an untradeable lightning round, right? But then the next hour, there's going to be a huge tradable one and everything's going to drop. The safest place to be today, if you're going to try to trade, if you're going to try to time the market, is going to be out of pack specials. And again, actually, I'm glad that we talked about in yesterday's video buying some of these cards. Like, take a look at Modric. He's 400K. I bought him yesterday at 320,000 coins. There were some great buys yesterday. I bought KDB a million flat, and you just saw he was 1.4. I just sold this for the quick flip. The Tevez, we got it at 220. Could have sold him for more. There was Modric. Bought this for 330. Sold him at 397. I picked up 6 Trents for 189 to 192. Sold them at 220 to 240. Rodman picked up for 220 as well. Sold for 280. And Adiemi, I had no idea he was going to be in the Evo, so I bought him for 190 and sold him for 237. But, you know, you're starting to see those sorts of cards are going up on the market. If there's any drops today for whatever reason at all, like this Harry Kewell card, I think that's still pretty low to me, to be honest. I mean, his lowest was 230K. He was 260 yesterday. He's 240 right now. That's a card that I would say is a lot safer than something else today. I mean, maybe Bukayo Saka is insane and that makes him drop today, you know, that sort of thing. Or El Shah is a left wing. That could definitely move some prices. But if you're wanting the safest part of the market today, the most recent, still very meta promo cards that people are going to want to use in their team would be the place to be 100%. So I look at like Centurions. I would look at those cards. FC Pro cards today. If you want to play the long game, you want to look at guys that are in Group B, Benzema, Palacios, even some of the more meta ones, Javi Simons. These cards dropped mad. He's up a lot because he was 570K yesterday after Division Rivals rewards, and now he's up to 670. There's an undercut there. Those are cards you could absolutely watch today. Gabriel Jesus, that links to the Saka. He was as low, oh my, 326K, and now the bro is, wow, that's crazy. Yeah, these cards really tanked yesterday. Gravenberch, ooh, 770. What was he? He 650. My gosh, those cards got so low. Now they're out of packs, so if there's panic on them, I think you pounce. Again, they're live cards, and a lot of people want to invest in them. I would definitely try to invest in the ones that are playing on Monday, though, which I do believe. I know Palacios and Benzema are the two biggest ones that are playing. Oh, of course, Javi Simons as well, because he's Anders. So that's a bit of a longer-term play, but You still will see fluctuations on those cards during the weekend, but if you see like a big panic hour or two is, all the stuff is coming out and the market's going to move, there's going to be crazy undercuts, open bids, stuff like that. If you want to work the market today, you're going to have opportunities to do it out of packs cards, especially the links to the SBCs. If we do get, like, let's say we get Saka, Arsenal players, probably going to move if he's good value. If we get Barella, more Italian players are going to move. The icons, I don't think would move links that much. Payor, Barca links, like, can I get a price check on gold Graham Hansen as she is out of packs? Okay, I'm going to guess. She was 250. I'm going to guess 287. Ooh, 263. Hey, that's not bad. That's more reasonable than I thought. She was 280 at one point yesterday. Like, this would be a card I would watch today, because if we get Payor, we're getting a Guijarro Player of the Month. She's out of packs and very meta. Her inform is only, 600,000 coins because it's in packs and it's dropping, but I don't think this goes below 500k today, so I think that her gold card's a safe buy if you get like 250. She could easily be 300k by the end of the weekend. So stuff like that is what I would be thinking of if I'm trying to time the market. Anyways, that's a lot of market talk. Last thing I want to discuss to watch for today, of course, the Flash SBCs, but more Evos too. This is what could hurt the market, but also help the market a lot too. If you're good with like investing quickly, if you check an Evo and you see that you have somebody sick that fits it, that you have untradeable or tradable, going to the market right away and buying up the player that, like kind of rash or quick investing type of thing, that is a very real opportunity to make coins today. If you remember last year, we had a crazy Evo for Bernardo Silva and for Conte, and it gave Intercept Plus, I think, and it basically created a Conte and a Bernardo Silva that were just as good as the ones that were in packs. I think it might have been a paid Evo too, but watch out for that sort of situation today too, because there will be even more cards moving on the market. And just to shout out the Evo cards again, if there's any panic selling on Rafa Leao or Nico Williams or Chiesa today, absolutely watch those cards, but be careful because they're up a lot. And of course, you don't want to be trading and selling a ton of cards that are near their maximum price and value. So it's going to be madness today, guys. I mean, we could sit here and talk about the what ifs and the scenarios all day today. Make sure you open your packs. Everybody's going to do that, right? But with what you get in your packs, definitely don't quick sell anything because every single player is useful right now. Make use of those daily bronze, silver, and gold SBCs to get yourself all the fodder that you can possibly get. And I'll leave you guys with this. It's going to be content overload today. You don't have to do every SBC. I will not be doing every Flash SBC because it's going to be difficult to keep up with it. Tap in when you can tap in. Check the SBCs when you see that they get dropped. Make sure the pack is like, oh, it's worth it for me, or I have the stuff in my club to do this. If it's not worth it for you, then don't stress it because some of these SBCs will be good for the Flash ones. Some of them will be not worth doing. So that's one thing I wanted to mention as well. But I think the biggest things will be like the El Shah when that comes out. That'll be a fun one to do. And then, after that, it's opening your packs, seeing who you get, look at the Evos that come out, and then kind of deciding on what SBC you want to craft, whether you want to go for an icon pack or one of those player SBCs that comes out. It's going to be madness today, but just remember to focus on what gives you the most fun when you're playing this game for sure. And also, the word fun cannot be used in correlation with FUT Champs. FUT Champs is going to be woeful. I have not qualified yet because I was waiting for the 6-match change. Here we are. I'm going to qualify maybe today, but that's going to be sweaty. People are still going for Joao Felix, and of course, people are going for those mastery players. We're going to have our Div 2 rewards. Oh, it's going to be an amazing day today, guys. We are going to be streaming live early today, as early as I can possibly get on. That link's down below in the description. We'll be covering the market, watching prices, making coins, and of course, staying up to date and keeping track of all of the madness that is Black Friday. Have a great Black Friday, guys. Hopefully you guys have a fun time in the game, and hopefully you guys have great pack luck, and hopefully EA actually make the Thunderstruck cards somewhat packable like they were last year. But this promo is already off to an amazing start, so hopefully they just keep trending in that direction. If you enjoyed this one, drop a thumbs up on it, comment below if you have any questions, and of course, subscribe if you're new. See you guys in the Twitch stream today. It's been TheFutAccountant. See you there. Peace out.